Just a little while ago, I posted a video about the new Kimber K6s stainless steel 6-shot revolver that they're going to be introducing at SHOT Show. In that video, I showed a picture of a gun that is supposedly what the new Kimber gun is going to look like. And since I posted that, a lot of people have contacted me saying, is this a hoax? Can this be real? This looks kind of weird. The picture doesn't look right. This doesn't look like something Kimber would come out with, etc. Well, to answer the question as to whether this is a hoax or not, I sure as heck hope so. Because this is not what I want to see come out of Kimber with their new revolutionary revolver, because I don't see anything revolutionary about this. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing in the pictures that you can't tell from a picture, but I'm not impressed from what I see so far. Now, if it is a hoax, I'll say kudos to Kimber, because this is a great hoax, because they went to a lot of trouble to do this hoax. They started a website, etc. You can't actually look at the website yet, so you can't see if this is the actual pictures on the website, but the website is there with the name of the gun. They filed patents, etc., everything. So this could just be a total hoax, or this just could be a Photoshop of what people think the gun is going to look like. But, I doubt it at this point, but I still kind of hope so. Now, I can see why a lot of people think that this picture is fake. There are a lot of problems with this picture. For one, it just looks like they photoshopped a Smith & Wesson 640 Pro together with a Ruger SP101. This barrel is very Ruger. This section of the gun, very Ruger. This right here, very Ruger. This sight, that's very Smith & Wesson 640 Pro. There's just a lot of things with this picture that don't work out when you look at them closely. Like, for one, there's a seam here that would indicate this is a side plate, and you got your seam here too, but this seam doesn't continue over here or around the back of here. So how would this come off? And what's holding it in? Is it dovetailed up here? What is it? Because there's only one point of attachment down here, which looks like a screw. I don't know if it's a screw or not. It's got to be. Something's got to be holding the crane in for the cylinder here, so I assume that's the crane screw. But where would this come off at? I mean, there's not a line there for it. So, I'm pretty sure this is a Photoshop. In fact, I will say it's definitely a Photoshop picture, because just look at the grips here. These grips are definitely Photoshopped on. When you look at the backs here, like the back right there, the back right there, they don't contour to this bevel at all. So I know Kimber is not making grips that stick up in a point right here. So I know this is Photoshopped. The question is it Photoshopped by someone to use as a hoax, or was it Photoshopped by their promotional department to use in brochures, promotional items, etc., before SHOT Show was actually up and running, and before the gun was actually ready to be photographed in person? Or not person, I guess it's not really a person, it's an item, it's a object, but you know what I'm talking about. So like I say, there are a lot of weird things about this. Like, this does not look like a revolver trigger or trigger guard, just looks very weird. So if this is the actual gun, that's what it's going to look like. That's going to be different. I'm going to see why that is like that. And why would you bevel in this back sight? I guess you could do that so that you could replace it and put in night sights, etc. But it just functions as a gutter sight here, so I'm not really seeing, what the point of that would be. And like I said, this just looks like a Ruger. This just looks like a Ruger. Looks like someone just photoshopped over where the normal Ruger button would be here, just made it a little bit bigger, a little bit squarer. Also, this little gap right here is very tight. Either this is something they made a mistake with their Photoshop, or if it's actually this tight, well, then this has to be some sort of recessed cylinder, because there's no way this would even rotate if there were actual rounds in here if this wasn't some sort of recessed cylinder. And like I said, this whole crane setup is kind of weird. So, this is obviously a Photoshopped picture. It's just a question of who Photoshopped it and why. So, like I say, is it a hoax? Yeah, maybe. I hope so. If it is, it's an elaborate one. Is this the actual gun? I still hope not. With a rumored MSRP of $899, this is not what I'd be wanting to see for almost $900. Now, I know it'll be cheaper retail, but still, that will still make it a very pricey gun, especially of a gun this size. And about that size, they say this is the lightest gun of its kind. I guess they mean for a 6-shot revolver. And even then, if this is made out of stainless steel like it says, I can't see how this would be much lighter than any other stainless revolver out there. Unless, like I said, they count it as the only 6-shot stainless revolver on the market, so therefore it's the lightest. But then again, you'd have Colt Magnum carries, which are, I can't see how this would be any lighter than a Colt Magnum carry, but I guess Colt Magnum carries aren't made anymore, so I guess their marketing would still be true. So for now, I guess we'll just have to wonder and wait and see, because in a few hours, we'll see what they really release. And to be honest, I hope it isn't this. And if it is this, I hope there's a lot more to it than you can see in these pictures.